it's Miss Allison again, and I'm back in the kitchen for another fun cooking video. Today we are going to be making kale chips, and this idea was inspired by Cristiano from TCN. He absolutely loved the kale chips that we tried in March for a taste test, so I thought it'd be really fun to show you my quick and easy recipe for kale chips. So let's get started. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to preheat your oven to 325. So right now I'm waiting for my oven to preheat. And the ingredients that we're going to be needing is some kale, some olive oil, a little bit of salt, and you'll need a baking sheet to bake the kale. I've already rinsed and dried the kale, but basically you just need to rinse it with some cold water, and you can either dry it by using a salad spinner or you can just let it dry. That's what I did here because I actually don't have a salad spinner with me right now. So now that we have the kale that is washed and dried, what we're going to be doing is tearing the leaves from the stem of the kale, and we're going to tear it into small bite-sized pieces so that we can bake it as the chips. So for example, here's some kale, and what I'll be doing is just tearing apart the leaves and leaving the stem, which is the middle part of the kale. And you want to tear it into pieces that are, like I said, bite-sized, so that when you bake them, they can be the size of like chips. Tear it, right? And then the last thing you do is you just leave the stem, and you can compost that here. So I'm just going to continue doing that for all the kale that I have. You can also use a knife to cut it, but I feel like it's actually kind of fun and easy to just tear it. And here today I have two different kinds of kale. I have curly kale. I also have some dinosaur kale, but you can use whatever kale you have at home. So now that I have the kale shredded into pieces, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to massage the kale with some olive oil. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of olive oil onto the kale and use my hands to massage the kale, because you want to make sure that it gets enough oil so it's ready to bake. And so you're just going to mix it with your hands and massage it. The next thing is I'm going to be adding some salt, just to add some flavor to the kale chips. And you can use whatever salt you have. I just happen to have pink Himalayan salt, but whatever salt you have at home you can use. You're just going to sprinkle it on. You can, again, use your hands to mix it, or you can like toss it in a bowl, whatever is easiest. All right. I think the kale's pretty massaged and ready to bake. So basically what we're gonna do is we're going to be putting this on the baking sheet. If you have parchment paper at home, it would be a good idea to put some parchment paper on the baking sheet. I don't have parchment paper, so I'm actually just gonna bake it on the baking sheet, which is fine as well. So you're just gonna spread the different bite-sized pieces of the kale onto the baking sheet, and you want to make sure that it's spread out so that each piece of the kale will be able to be baked evenly. Oh, looks like the oven is ready, so that's good. So we're just going to spread it out like this. And it looks like I have a lot more kale than can fit on the baking sheet. And so I might do 2 batches. So now I have spread out sheet looks like this, and it's ready to bake. And like I said, I preheated the oven to 325, and I'm going to bake it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. So while we're waiting for our kale chips to bake, I thought it would be really fun to give you guys some fun facts about kale and why you should eat it. Kale is really healthy for you, and it has so many nutrients. So kale has a lot of antioxidants, and it's a great source of fiber. Kale is a really good source of vitamin C, and it actually has more vitamin C than an orange. It also has a lot of calcium, so you can actually get more calcium from a serving of kale than you can from drinking a small carton of milk. This just shows how healthy kale is, and it has so many nutrients and benefits when you eat it. Another fun fact is kale has been grown for over 6,000 years. So a lot of people think kale is a new thing and now it's like the healthy thing to eat, but people have actually been growing kale for over 6,000 years. And kale comes from the same plant as broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage. So that's just a fun fact about kale and its plant family. The last fun fact about kale is that there's over 50 varieties of kale. Today I made the kale chips with 2 different varieties. The first one being the curly kale that looks like this. And the second kind is called dinosaur kale, which looks like this. So I just took the kale chips out of the oven and I let them cool on the baking sheet for about 3 minutes. And now I'm gonna take them off the baking sheet. Now I have my bowl of kale chips ready to eat, and this is what the final product looks like. And now it's my favorite part of the video, which is always trying the snack. So I've got my kale chips in this bowl. I'm gonna take a little bite, see if they taste good. Oh my god, so good. Super crunchy and flaky, and the salt really adds a little taste to it. It tastes amazing. I hope you enjoyed watching me make kale chips. I'll see you all next time. Bye.